Grandma Joe, this is for you. I took a trip to Kumasi to see my grandma off, and what I learned is that my culture is one of the most beautiful things that I've seen. The representation of how we are, the different tribes, the different people, the different types. And even in mourning, that we make this look beautiful because we're celebrating the life of someone who's passed. We're celebrating the life that somebody had whilst on the earth. And to transition is a beautiful thing. To transition is to be closer to the highest power. And death, although on earth is sad and we grieve, in heaven they're celebrating because they've welcomed somebody home. And I wish the parting on earth wasn't as bittersweet as it can be, but we do know one thing, that it's inevitable in life. We're all gonna die. But it's about how we celebrate each other each day when we're still alive. This is my grandma's funeral. So we started off on the STC bus from Accra to Kumasi. It was a very interesting journey. I've never had a journey like that before in my life. But what we do, thank God, is that we arrived safely. That's where our journey began.
That's when I was young. That's where the first major thing was.
Supermarket.
So everybody used to sort of come here and hang out here. If you want to buy Adusei goods, you come to the UTC.
Center of the city.
And then the hotel is near the cultural center.
So is this a dome? Because you said the last stop was a dome, but the map said a Safa or something.
Yeah, this is it. And then after that, there's I'll show you the Bank of Ghana. That's where Grandma used to work.
Oh wow.
So you see those red boxes there?
Yeah.
That's the post office.
Okay.
That's the biggest post office in Kumasi. That's the only post office in Kumasi. So everybody that lives in Kumasi is supposed to have one of those red boxes. That's how we get their letters, our letters, because we don't have addresses. So we do it by post boxes.
That's really
so
crazy.
When you send, for people to send you a thing, you give them your post box, and then all your letters come there, because we don't have addresses. And it was the same in Ghana. They had the biggest postal place, but even there, we don't get our letters inside our houses. It comes to the post office because there's no letter boxes. There's no postal system for them to bring it there. So how we receive letters is through post boxes. So all the red things, everybody in the country has one.
There were several near. Is this gonna be it? Moments. And then it's like, is the driver very skilled, or is he?
They're very skilled.
Or is he chancing it? I couldn't tell.
Nah, he was definitely very skilled. Definitely.
They're very skilled.
Because of the roads are so bad, so it's like, which one is it?
It felt like he knew where to go though.
Yeah, the Bank of Ghana is the one on the right. What's okay?
Oh,
What happened?
he's saying we should.
That's 10. Go! I think I'm a mom. Eh? seems to turn around.
Yeah. We were trying to pass through this military barrier, and apparently it's only for emergency and special cases and people that can pass through here. However, a lot of cars pass through there anyway, but you know, it's the luck of the draw, and we got selected.
Special cars on more. And now papers in it. It will be correct. If you don't know how I.
I'm on check the license.
I'm going to check the license. Now they're better on check it.
We need to get your mama sign.
Yeah, but it's not exactly. It doesn't know. Because it's not any private road. They're a private road. It's not a private road. And a private road.
A private road.
Oh, a private road. Because it's a private road.
Like emergency cars.
Emergency cars.
But these are not all emergency cars, are they?
Why you single-handedly picked us up?
Yeah. I didn't want Sharon.
The Chiano, who manages. Oh, yeah, who goes to
Wow.
He's trying to use a shortcut.
Crazy.
Yes, because he didn't greet. So he'll punish you. Go and pick someone. Now you see why I was saying it's too busy around here. Inside there, this is nice.
Ashanti Library.
And I go, Ashanti.
Love, right? That's all.
We are back of the building.
I tried it. Hey, okay, here. Does it say 3301?
Yeah.
That was Sunday.
Is it Isifu Abukari? Isifu Abukari?
Yeah.
Oh. Is that one? Yeah, it said confirm.
Yeah, 18.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
You got it. All right, man.
Thank you. Roll that big.
Roll them back. Yo, you funny. What is happening here? Thank you. What's the other one? Kasambi. How you say thank you again? Magasi.
Apartment here for 2 nights.
The name of the room is Akuya.
For 1 night. Don't get too
Are we right next door? Nana. You say your name is Aquia?
What room did you book?
Look at this here.
Like, where's the actual room? I realised this is the... Sorry?
Sorry?
Oh my god. This is your big name on campus.
Nah, whatever, yo. Why you gotta go there?
She said she didn't want to. She didn't want you to. She didn't want to.
What happened?
I mean, this Kumasi now. This.
I wasn't gonna dish it regardless. This is where y'all from.
Wow. So we know where the drink cups are happening.
You know?
Nice.
What's back there?
It's back.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Mommy, this is so cool.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
They got a camera.
Where?
Right there. It's not a private.
You can block it, right? Is this?
Yeah, it's locked.
Oh.
What? Stop. She broke it.
No, I didn't break it.
She broke it.
No, I didn't do it. This is so cool.
This is dope.
Wait, look at the. I love the design. Wow.
This is crazy. How long we got here for? How long we here for? What?
We haven't booked the return, but it was supposed to be. You said Monday, right? Oh, because I was putting it in. Okay, thank you. Unless you haven't saved my number, I'll be highly offended.
Of course I saved your number, Nadia.
Well, I need this anyway for my laptop. Oh no, that has a laptop on it. Breakfast
Yeah,
time,
what?
7:30 to 9:30.
Is it free?
Is what free?
Is the breakfast free?
I'm sure the breakfast is included with this room. What do you want to talk about? What happened? Because you guys are doing table reads. Yeah. And then now I'm hearing that you might be going to Australia. Oh, you are? I don't know.
Okay. So I did an audition for Australia to go out there. Didn't get the role. But in the meantime, we had already started. We was already like in pre-production or whatever when we was doing. So we had to push all that stuff back to June. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't want anything to interrupt with that. So what we decided to do was film everything on the phone. So all the experiences and all that shit that we've been filming, we start putting together this beautiful piece on the phone. I feel like we actually been trying to shop advice and Snapchat and different people to try to see what could come of it. Yeah.
The documentary before the film.
I can say that, but I just want to call it a film. Because it's the real experiences. When we was at BBC and the lady was like, I just want to see this
reaction.
Yeah, when you get off the plane.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, we got it. We got
it's
it
like
all.
a whole film.
Yeah, so it's a whole film.
It's like 2 hours.
It's like 2 hours.
Yeah. Wow. You guys are back at it again. From being inspired, like.
Being inspired, yeah. To this.
That's crazy. Yeah.
But remember, even when we was there, I was like, yo, if we could film it on the phone, that'd be dope too. And we did. The shit looks dope. So, we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna keep filming.
Yeah. Let's see where you get, yeah. So now you're in the film. Hi guys. I'm not just a film person.
Introduce yourself.
No way. It was actually Bring It On reference 78, and you should know that.
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah. It's like she does the same thing I do, but it's like saying random comments from things because we will know the shows that it's from.
Oh.
So if I say, Effie, we all have problems.
Yeah, Dream Girls.
Dream Girls?
Dream Girls, yeah. You didn't get what I was doing when I said
the
it.
old bitches?
No.
Jennifer
who the old bitches? The old Golden Girls, right? Golden Girls.
So if we were to be, what's
Jennifer Hudson, like, that was
Jennifer
like
Hudson said, Effie, we all got problems.
Effie, we all got problems.
Yeah.
So we ate, dropped our stuff, and came straight back out so I could find a black outfit. I already had another outfit that was made, but for one of the events I needed a black outfit and I didn't have one that I wanted, so yeah, we were on search for that.
That lady down there.
Oh!
I want to buy a casket. Got a casket. You could be casket sharp out this mother. Yeah, she like, you got the figure. Yeah. Look at that now. You said $2 for Stephanie ain't buying it.
Guys, we're in an open taxi thing. I don't know what it is called, but we're in it. Listen.
Down there?
Yeah, let's enter inside. We want to wear the t-shirts out and the dresses.
Dresses?
Yeah, dresses and a men's t-shirt. What side is that?
Kumasi is very hot, and where we were was just a lot of people walking around, so congested, and yeah, I was on the search for this dress.
I like a trash bag stuff. It might be nice. Trash bag?
Too short.
So we arrived in Kumasi same day. Part 1 took place where there's a family meeting happening in the evening that we show up to in black, and so this is the first step of the process.
Sister helping little sister. Nice, look like she got a do-rag on. She looking mad gangster right now. Steph, you fucking this up.
It's because this is like, it's so soft.
They always arguing. They need a show.
Mine's like a... So this is us showing up to the family meeting a little bit late. The main meeting had already taken place and just was outside talking with some of my aunties and uncles. So this is the next day, day 2. We had to wake up super early and come to the house where my grandma used to stay. A bunch of people had gathered at the house, and it was more so us being able to sit there together and essentially give her and pay our last respects to her. And so she was in a room in the house, and we went into the room, and that is where people go to pay their last respects. As people walk in, they greet from the right to the left, and usually whoever's sitting at the front are the main family members or family heads. My mum was sitting at the front with some of her siblings and elders of the family. The lady on the mic is like the host. She's just making sure that people understand why we're here. And if they want to support in any kind of monetary way, there's a box which they can drop their donation in. So the next part is the presentation of the gifts. As you can see, it's usually presented like this, and it's from the children of the person who passed away. So in this instance, my grandma and my mom and her siblings would put together the gifts and present it as something to send her off with so she can have a good afterlife. There's also another presentation which is done by the in-laws, which is the same idea. So once they do their rounds with the gifts, what happens is a piece of cloth is actually ripped and put into the casket with my grandma, and the rest of the gifts that have been presented will be split between the family members within the village. So there'll be a representative that comes to these funerals. In this case, for my grandma's funeral, we had 4, and they came and they were here and present, and the gifts will be split between the extended family within the village. As you can see, there's so many different types of gifts, from water to snacks to other types of drinks to just things that are like everyday well-being, soaps, bath accessories as well.
Water is life. It is a when you sopa at the it fletch so ever.
At first, I wasn't sure if I was going to go in, and then I thought I have to go in, and it's a very odd experience. But she's there, laying down, dressed up in white, and right now they're trying to put her into the coffin so we can go on to the church service. This is normal tradition for this kind of Ashanti funeral. My grandma technically isn't from Ashanti, she's from Abasa, but she was born in Kumasi, same with my mum. She pretty much spent her whole life living in Kumasi. However, our hometown is Abasa, and this makes us Fanti. We had to get permission to be able to do the funeral in Kumasi from the people in the village. So it's just me and Nadia here. Sean was supposed to meet up with us, but he got food poisoning and we found that out later. The next step was to head to the church service where the coffin was being transported. That's the noise that you can hear. It's the car that the coffin is going to be riding in. And so we were just trying to make sure everyone was accounted for.
Biography of the late Madame Josephine Esi Appiah. Madame Josephine Esi Appiah, affectionately called Majo, was born to Mr. Joseph Appiah and Mrs. Adusei-Boateng, all of blessed memory. Her father was a teacher and mother a housewife. She was born at Ejusu on the 10th December 1932. She was the firstborn of her parents who had 10 children. She was a fiery young lady, as we will now say a tomboy, because her parents had 8 boys after her. So she was very boisterous and would fight all her brothers and could beat them as well. She was the first woman to grant banquet in the Ashanti region, having 10 kiosks in Kumasi and others in Ejusu and other regions when the government had not legitimized it because she was brave.
So my grandma was a hustler. She walked to the beat of her own drum, and this is where I see my mum in her.
Let's pray for strength for every person that is grieving, that God himself will be their comforter. Let's pray for those that are traveling far, that the angels of God will protect them and guide them and take them safely and bring them back safely. In Jesus' name, amen.
So there's more than one coffin there because it's a joint service. So they joined the people that came to say goodbye to their loved ones together and made it 3 different groups of families that are there to see their loved one off. The people at the front represent each individual person that's representing their loved one. So So we are leaving the church and heading to the next destination. My dad ended up taking me and my sister, and we're going to get lunch with the family and some close people. It's just a small group of us.
If you had time, I could have taken you there. You should know that.
Is it finished rebuilding?
Eh?
Have they finished rebuilding your dad's house?
No, we left here?
Yeah, left one.
Here we go to the university, you know? You know that?
Oh, the what, KNUST?
Yeah.
We can't hear you.
So here's the place we're eating lunch. There's a little buffet set up. That's my older sister Janice on the phone. She couldn't make it to Ghana, and so we just thought we'd FaceTime her to just let her know what's going on. We then made a quick stop to my aunt's house, my dad's sister, before going on to the next part of the events for the funeral. So my mum is sitting on the far right. Next to her, on her left, is my uncle Ebo, who is the acting Adusei-Boateng, which basically means head of the family. And then the head of the family from the village side, he's the one sitting there in the black. And my auntie Alberta, my mum's sister, is one that just got up. So it's normal to end the day in dancing. As you can see, my mum in the middle next to my uncle Ebo, and my auntie Hilda, who's next to my uncle there. And they're just going in right now, like doing the traditional Ashanti dance called Adua, which is a dance that originated from the chiefs. And so you can see my mum going in there. It's just something that we do when it comes to any type of occasion which is special. So here's us on the third and final day at the Thanksgiving church service, where we have to wear white and black. So as I said, day 3, and we're back at my grandma's house outside, and we have the chief who joined us. This chief is actually my granddad's nephew, and you can see my mum there shaking his hand, my auntie behind. And then my other auntie and my uncle Kwame in the glasses. That is another one of my grandma's children. And so this is quite an important moment where they're all acknowledging his presence for being here. He's the chief of Ahimsan in Kumasi. Music is such an important part of our culture, and each drum and each sound that the drum makes has some kind of meaning and importance, and this is, I believe, so powerful and so beautiful to witness. When I look at this lady, I see immense strength. I see courage, I see love, I see kindness. And throughout the 3 days that the funeral festivities went on for, I watched my mum, and she's such an incredible woman. Even in the midst of what has happened, she's still looking out for other people, and she still continues to shine bright like she is. And I'm so grateful that my grandma brought me my mum. What I love about this day is that it brought all sorts of people together. Sean, coming from the States, first time on the continent, he was able to make it. He felt a bit better today. And just introducing him to the different people in my family that I hadn't even met before. My uncle right next to him in a Gucci shirt. And then this auntie that I don't know her, but she was just a vibe. And we are all from different ends of the spectrum, brought up in different places, different areas, but we can all come together and have a good time in celebration of my grandma. My grandma's funeral wasn't just a funeral. It was a celebration of her life. It was a gathering where family and friends came out to celebrate the 91 years my grandma was on this earth before she transitioned. This was an experience that I can't just simply put into words. It's memories that are etched into the deep parts of my brain. And I love the fact that we were able to be there to commemorate and to celebrate her. My regret is not coming back to Kumasi sooner to see her, but I hope that she's watching and she sees how we have all come together in her name. And I can just see her dancing next to us as we're here together.
Let it reach long blessed life. Congrats, well done, and rest well.
Your